What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of GH. I enjoyed this episode for the most part. I do like Michael and Sasha together. I do. I thought that they were friends with benefits, though. It was kind of funny how Michael introduced her to Lucy as his girlfriend. I said, since when? Like I said, I like them together. I like the chemistry between them. I feel like, though, what's going to happen when her secret come out about her not being Nina's daughter? Like, that's my main concern. Like, what is that going to do? I know some people are rooting for Michael and Willow. Like I said, he has chemistry. I feel like he got chemistry with both women. I feel like he does. For me, there's no wrong way that he can go. You know what I'm saying? There's really none. But the thing with Sasha is, though, for me, I don't trust people who don't want to talk about their past. Like, that's just me. Like, when I'm asking questions, like, you know how you're trying to get to know people better and they don't want to talk about nothing that results in their past? That's a red flag to me. I don't know if Michael's noticing it or not. Maybe he's not. I would hope that he would. But for somebody who don't want to talk about their past, like, at all, like, they don't want to talk about where they grew up. They don't want to talk about their upbringing, how was their high school life, like how many friends they had, like just general conversation. And they don't want to talk about none of that, like grandparents, nothing. That concerns me. That's a red flag to me. You know what I mean? And when Michael told her that they should take a road trip to her hometown and stuff, she was like, oh, there's nothing there to see. There's not much there. See, those are all red flags. I don't see how Michael's not picking up on none of this. Like, these are all general concerns to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you talking to a person trying to get to know them. Like, and you can't tell me nothing about your past. You don't even want me to go to your hometown to visit it and see what's going on there. Like, yeah, that's a no for me. I'm sorry, but that relationship right there would just... I like her, don't get me wrong. I like Sasha. I like the chemistry between her and Michael. But that would be a big red flag. That's a hell to the no for me. But it was kind of funny, though, watching Lucy stare at Sasha and stuff. Lucy Cole is such a nut job, yeah. I swear, I love Lucy, though. But when she was talking about deception and stuff, Michael was looking at her like he had this interesting idea. I don't know. Maybe it was just me looking too much into it. But the way he was looking so interested when Lucy was talking about deception and, you know, when it was around, it was major and stuff like that. I was hoping Michael would have told her or set up a meeting to revive Deception Cosmetics. Because I remember her and Laura talked about that, like, 6 years ago? When Laura first came, one of the times Laura came back to town. I think it was when she was engaged to Scotty at the time. And her and Lucy were talking about reviving Deception and Nicholas was going to invest in it and stuff. But they dropped that storyline, which always pissed me off. I think they dropped it because at the time Jeannie was leaving again. So I think they dropped it. I wish that they would just revive it. Even if, obviously, if Laura can't be a part of it because she's the mayor now. But I would love for Lucy to revive it. Maybe have ELQ back it, be an investor, or maybe be a subsidiary of ELQ, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I would love for them to revive Deception. And it would give Lucy more to do. Other than the real estate stuff, she could have more to do. And if Sasha loses her job with Nina, she could always work at Deception. See what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that creates new storylines. And this is stuff that, you know, not only creates new storylines, but for vets and stuff like Lucy, it gives them something more to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be real fun. Because, you know, she was basically trying to get Sasha to be a model and stuff because even though Lucy's not in the business anymore, she still has contacts and stuff that could help Sasha out. Of course, Lucy would get a commission. See, this is why I love Lucy, because she be on her hustler status. Like, this is why I love Lucy. She all about making $1, and I ain't mad at her. I could definitely see Sasha as a model. Definitely. She has the looks. You know, the actress definitely has the looks for it. So I could definitely see it. So anyway, moving on from that. That scene between Hayden and Finn, I loved it. I loved that scene. Like when she was talking about being surprised that he had a brother and talk about secrets and stuff, and he threw that shit right back in her face about secrets. He was like, oh, I was just trying to keep up with you. I bust the hell out laughing. I said, I love it. I love the shade that he threw to her about keeping secrets and how he was trying to keep up with her secrets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep up with her and all her secrets by having a little bit of secrets of his own. I loved it. I freaking loved it. Now that's shade throwing. And you could tell, like, she didn't know how to respond to it. Hayden did not know how to respond to that. She definitely didn't. She was stumped when he said it. She basically ended the conversation at that point. She was like, yeah, I'm going to go. I loved it, though. But you could tell, like, there's still so much unfinished business between the two of them. So much. And it's so funny. It's like that business between the two. He could sit there and say all he want, that he's happy with Anna and stuff like that, but he still needs to address his issues with Hayden. You know, he hasn't asked her about the baby, the miscarriage that she alleges that she had. Like, he's not asking her any of those questions. Like, they really do need to have a real conversation about that. Maybe in private, not so public like in the hospital, but that needs to come up. The only person who asked her about it was Curtis. Today, he was the only person to ask her about her miscarriage and stuff, and she didn't want to talk about it. The look on her face told me that she's lying. We all know she's lying, because when she wrote that letter in the hotel room for Curtis to find for Finn, when he went looking for her, she had a baby bump. So I don't believe she had no miscarriage. And the look on her face tells me she did not have no miscarriage. Where's the child? That's the $1.2 billion question right now. Where's the kid? Like, is a nanny watching the kid overseas or something? Like, where's the kid? That's the big question. Like, she really just... And I think Curtis saw that as a red flag, too. Because when he asked her what she's been up to the last 2 years and stuff that she's been away, she didn't want to talk about none of it. I'm like, you mean to tell me you've been out of the country for 2 years and you don't want to talk about nothing? Curtis know he not buying her BS. For a PI like Curtis, who's very intuitive, that look on his face told me when he was sipping that beer that he wasn't buying her bullshit. He knows bullshit, but he didn't want to press her. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows she'll probably just get up and jet up out of there. That's probably why he didn't want to press her. But he knows it's BS. He know. We all know that. How you been gone 2 years, claim to have a miscarriage, but you don't want to talk about nothing. Yeah, you're lying. Something went down. You got a whole vault full of secrets that you don't want to talk about. Like, clearly. But anyway, that scene between Valentine and Finn, that shit was funny to me. Like, he really thought that Finn was trying somehow to make threats towards Nina or whatever by bringing up Cassandra. Like, Finn was not threatening Nina. No way, no how he wasn't threatening her. He was just pointing out that obviously Valentine bringing up Cassandra, he's obviously still worried about Cassandra because he mentioned that she's out, she's free to cause trouble. Obviously because you're worried about Nina's safety. Nina has a bullseye on her back. Like, she stabbed her in the chest, put her in a coma. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly at some point Cassandra's going to be out for revenge. The question is not really if, it's more when. That's the big question. Like, when is she going to come after Nina? Because we all know Cassandra's not going to lay low forever. Whatever Cassadine has her, at some point she's going to reemerge. My best guess is, if she's not being held captive by this Cassadine, my guess is she's working with whoever this mystery Cassadine is. And they're obviously taking their sweet time to come back and raise hell because they're getting a game plan together. That would be my best guess. Because we all know when Cassandra come back, all hell gonna break loose. We know that. And we know that her number one target is gonna be Nina. There's no way she's gonna let what Nina did to her slide. That's not gonna happen. And it's so funny how Valentine was sitting there talking about Anna's not taking your calls either. First of all, Valentine, she does take Finn calls. As far as we've seen, he's been in communication with her. She's obviously not taking Valentine's calls because she doesn't want to talk to Valentine. You know, I don't see why that's such a stretch. But anyway, moving on from that. Maxie, I actually enjoyed Maxie on this episode. She was being a little annoying at the front door when she kept knocking on the door and stuff like. Listen, I hate friends like that, but I at the same time I hate friends like that, but I love friends like that at the same time, because it is annoying. Like, you know how you depressed and you going through something, but your friend want to be hard-headed and be annoying and keep knocking on the door until you open it and let them in. I swear, like, I think a lot of us have a friend like that. Maybe not a friend, but we have friends like that, or we have a friend like that. But either way, you know somebody who does that. And it's so freaking funny when she did that, because it just reminded me. I was like, yo, it's so super relatable. Because Lulu was just not in the mood. Like, she just wanted to stay home, lay on the couch, crying her eyes out. You know what she should have did? Lulu should have put on that Mary J. Blige song, I'm Not Gonna Cry No More. That's what you should have put on. That's what she should have put on. I should have left your ass. That's what she should have put on. But I love that Maxie was not just going to sit by and let her friend just cry her eyes out all night long over Dante. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't going to let her do that. So, of course, she got her all dressed up, got her hair done, and took her to the Floating Rib to have some margaritas and stuff. Because even though Lulu wasn't in the mood to go out and she really didn't want to be there, it's necessary. Because I think we all had that moment, like, where we was all going through something, and we had that friend or friends who would pick up the phone or come over, be annoying, and constantly keep knocking on your door, and basically force you to come out whether you wanted to or not. Because sometimes, even though you don't feel like it, you have to do it. Because you can't just stay home sulking and moping around all day. So I love that Maxie did that. And of course, she bumped into Dustin, the date that she had before. You know, the dude who played Brody Lovett on One Life to Live. Apparently, I think he said he was a teacher or something like that, but he had some debt or whatever, probably some student debt or whatever, and that's probably why he does ride share on the side, because you know how people do Uber on the side and stuff like that as an extra income. So I ain't mad at him. He's a regular Joe Smo, and I like it. Honestly, though, I could definitely see Lulu and Dustin together. Most definitely, I can. But I do feel like it's too soon, because clearly, like, she's not ready. Like, she's not even ready to go out yet, let alone start dating again. So, but I could definitely see the two of them together. I wouldn't be mad about it. But anyway, I like the scene between Rocco and Peter. I liked it. Rocco was more honest as a child than I would have been than I was when I was a kid. Like, you know, when the babysitter come and they be like, what time you gotta go to bed, all that stuff. I used to lie. When I was a kid, I used to lie. I was like, nope, I ain't gotta go to bed till 10 o'clock, knowing I had to be to bed by 8. The only time I went to bed at 9:30, because I usually used to be in the bed by 8. But the only time I got to stay up till 9:30 was Monday nights, because that was back when I used to watch Monday Night Raw, WWF. Well, WWE back when it was WWF. And that's the only time I got to stay up till 9:30 was Monday Night Raw. That's it. I could watch the first 30 minutes of the show, and that's it. I used to tape the rest of it. I feel old because we used to have VCRs, and this was obviously long before DVR. I miss those days though. But yeah, he was super honest though. What time he had to go to bed. He was honest about brushing his teeth already. Like, he was just super honest, way more than most kids. He reminded me so much like of a good mixture of Dante and Lulu, like the way he was. But, you know, I felt bad for him though, you know, because he misses Dante a lot, but at the same time, he's upset with Dante for leaving, which is totally understandable. But I love how, even though Peter doesn't have any experience dealing with kids, he was super good with Rocco. Like, he even told him a story about his own situation with Anna that, you know, could relate to Rocco's situation. You know what I mean? Like, he was super good with Rocco. And I enjoyed that scene, you know. But But anyway, moving on from that, I could kind of understand where Carly coming from. I just wish her and Sonny would stop having the same conversation about Dev. But I'd see where Carly coming from as far as like controlling the outcome. Because if they plant the seeds with Dev as far as school and certain things, they can kind of control it. But in a way, you can't control it. Because I've seen people who had a good life, went to college, and their life still spiraled out of control. They still turn to certain things. Like some of them still turn to a life of crime and stuff. It happens. So you can't always control the narrative. But I do feel like Sonny and them, they just have way too much on their plate right now. Like with Dante gone, Sonny's going to have to step up more for Rocco, be more of a, father figure for Rocco. Even, spend more grandfather time with him and stuff like that. And I feel like they just have way too much with this new baby. And this baby may be special needs, and then you have to deal with a grandchild who's missing his dad, so you're going to have to step up and play dad, a father figure for him. They still dealing with Jocelyn and her grief. They got Avery. They got, even though Mike doesn't live with them, they still deal with him. It's just a lot going on with them right now. Like, now you got Dev on your plate. It's a whole lot for them. Like, it really is. It's a whole lot for them to deal with. For me, I think thinking about all the stuff that they have on their plate right now, my head would explode. But the good thing is, though, with Sonny and Carly, and I mentioned this before, they have resources. They have the money that most people don't have to help out with situations like this, nannies and all that good stuff. And besides, Mike doesn't live with them anymore, so that's, that takes care of that. You know what I mean? So they got some things to ease their situation, but it's still a lot to deal with. And they choose to deal with it instead of just paying people to deal with it. But I mean, they do have a nanny for Avery and stuff like that, so it makes it a little better. But I get it. So anyway, moving on from that. Why is Cameron still on community service? Didn't he get sentenced to community service like a year ago, close to a year ago? He's still doing community service. It should be over by now. I love Trina. I love her because when she wanted to know about Dev's past and stuff, she had this look on her face like she gonna get to the bottom of something. I love her. Like her facial expressions and stuff be killing me. But I kind of, I felt bad for Jocelyn and stuff, Most people carve their initials on a tree. Like for Jocelyn and Oscar, they would have carved J and O forever. Like that's something that you do on a tree because that's something that's more than likely that's going to be there forever, basically. If they don't cut the tree down. But that's more likely to be there. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen people do that, like carve their initials in a tree. I remember I carved my initial on a sidewalk like 10 years ago. And whenever I go by it, my initial is still on that sidewalk. Ain't that crazy? My initial is still there. See, that's what you have to do stuff like that. Putting your initial on a padlock and locking it on a bridge. I understand why they did that because that was their special place to go and stuff. I get it. But I wouldn't have done that because look what happened. Cameron had to take all the padlocks off the bridge, and his boss, his supervisor, had to clean all the graffiti and stuff off. I mean, that's orders of the city, basically the mayor's office, Laura's office. They have to clean that stuff up. You can't leave that on the bridge, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, it looks tacky. It really does. Like, who wants to come on a bridge at night and see a bunch of padlocks up there? That don't look good. You know what I mean? I felt bad for her that it was gone, but, Jocelyn, it's going to take a while for her to get over Oscar's death. Like, I definitely feel it. It's going to take a while. And I think Dev is finally understanding that. He's, at least he was there for her in her time of need instead of being a smartass like he usually is. Dev was irking my soul today, though. When he was sitting there talking about, he want a car to drive. I agree with Jocelyn 1,000%. Only reason you have a license because Sonny basically fixed it so you can have a license. He basically bought you a license, but you don't know how to drive. You never took a test. You never none of that. So he's nuts. Like, then he's sitting there talking about, oh, but I could steal a car and drive. I said, Dev, shut up. Every time I look at Dev and he always bring up something criminal, I just want to say, shut up. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I understand, like, this is why I said when I said Carly wants to control the outcome of Dev, but I'm sorry, but this kid you're not going to control the outcome with. His mind always goes back to something illegal. It don't matter what they're talking about. They could be talking about ice cream, and that boy would bring up something illegal. Oh, I could steal the ice cream if I don't pay for it. He's a nutcase. Like, I'm sorry, but no. Nope, he would have to go. Like, I'm sorry, but that you can't fix him. No, that mind is always going to go back to a legal thing. Maybe mainly because that's what he know. You know what I'm saying? That's the lifestyle that he know. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many people keep saying, what if Brenda is his mother? So I don't see Brenda being Dev's mother because first of all, her son's name was Alec. 2, Brenda lives in Rome. Why would she allow her son to be in Turkey living a life of crime? There's no way Brenda will allow that. Absolutely not. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about it. Hayden and Lucy. Because Hayden was talking about getting a new place or whatever because she's thinking about staying in Port Charles permanently. Lucy was so rude and unprofessional. I understand that Lucy don't really care for Hayden or whatever, which is fine. But Hayden came to her in a professional manner. You know what I'm saying? About getting a place. Like, you was just about to mess up your commission. See, Lucy? I like the hustle in Lucy, but you got to know when to be professional against people that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to mess up your coins. Like, I'm just saying, like, be more professional. I like how Lucy was like, whew. She was like, okay, now I'm professional now. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to mess up the money. I'm just saying, like, you know, I've been around people where I had to do some, you know, work with them and I don't really care for them, but I ain't about to mess up my money. You know what I'm saying? Against somebody that I don't like. I just deal with that on my personal time. But anyway, this was a decent episode, though. But hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought. I will see y'all all later. Peace.